You know, it's an old saying, sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. You know what I'm saying? See, sometimes we get so caught up in our own vision that we don't even see we headed for self-destruction.
We hit the jackpot this.
One life. One life.
Ooh, she walker.
We can just let this burn down, or maybe we sift.
You know, it's an old saying, sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. You know what I'm saying? See, sometimes we get so caught up in our own vision that we don't even see we headed for self-destruction. One life. I get so tired of the bullshit, I wanna blow out my brains. I ask the Lord to forgive me. He say, "Star, you ain't gon' change." So now I'm smoking and thinking I got a problem with drinking. And if a pussy nigga think it, I'm tucking them in, hit a blanket. Cause I ain't finna play with these niggas. I'm getting some money out these hoes. And I might wipe a nigga nose. Slam him out, that's how the game go. Drop his ass like E64. I see his ass on the scope. I'm gonna put that beam on his throat. Cock back and let the bitch go. Nigga, I want all the damn smoke. Let's see who be the first choke. Let's see who be the one that keep it real and who tell it all in cold. Let's see who loyal do what they supposed to do and who come home and that choice. Let's see who picking up your phone call when you locked up behind bars. When your face covered in tear drops and your body catching them scars. When your daddy died and your mama cried and you realize it's hard. When you realize you spent your whole life chasing after these cars and they done sold you all these wizard dreams. Had you thinking you was a star. One life, or no life. That's what I'm gonna tell you. I want to welcome everybody to the first episode of Slime Talk. Where we had the slimiest of the conversations over here. And it's something new that I'm trying because I feel like there's a lot of people that want to come somewhere and they want to talk. And see, there's no right or wrong, because if you really think about what's going on, a lot of it is just matter of opinion. A lot of it is regurgitated information, paperwork, things that's been out there for years. I call myself being a little bit different because I try to come and talk about the real when it pertains to the YSL case. It's a case that has it shocked me. I can't say it shocked me, but it's shocking how it's taken the world by surprise. Now, normally, had it not been all of these problems, you see what I'm saying, obstacles in the road, the trial probably would have went much more quieter and things of that nature. But it was, to me, the case was put out here to gain worldwide attention. You're dealing with a worldwide superstar. All right. And yesterday, I came on here to talk to you guys about a lot more than I was able to talk to y'all about. But I found myself cutting it short because we were getting the information in that they had recused Judge Glanville and replaced him with Judge Ingram. Now, I got the link right there because I want to know, how do y'all feel? See, a lot of content creators and a lot of people aren't going to hear the audience up close and personal. See, this is slime talk. It ain't no right or wrong with me, because one thing about it is I ain't one of them that's up there. Second of all, everybody's opinion matters. I like to hear what people got to say. What I know is what I know. What you know, what you know. I done learned a lot from different people who have watched and observed different things pertaining, to the YSL trial. A lot of information has come out, and it's information that it may not have be directly with the case, but it's situations that surround the case. So I'm interested to know in how people feel about the YSL trial and where we're at with it. As far as, I'm going to go ahead on and I'm going to hop on into it. Okay. See, I come up here and I talk to y'all about Fulton County because Fulton County is a county that is struggling. It's a county that is in need of help. Like, seriously. I wanted to share some things with you guys, man, yesterday that I did get a chance to talk to y'all about. See, I'm going to pick up right here where I left off at, okay? Because this is Slime Talk, episode 1. And anybody's welcome to pull up. When I was growing up, and we would go out there and we would do things, we would get in trouble. You see? And then we would get locked up. Now, my getting locked up was different from my friends. You see what I'm saying? Like, one of my partners might have got locked up. They might like to break in houses. Another one was starting to sell weed or sell drugs. And so he might have got caught up in his journey. Or this one, old girl from the hood, she like to get caught shoplifting. You know, me, I would do things as far as guns. I had a fascination with guns ever since I was little. I got to the point where I understood where life changed, where, hey, you know, I was the type that was like, well, if there's a law that allows me to tote a gun, then I'm going to go and get a legit gun. I'm going to go to the gun store. I'm going to get me a gun. I'm going to tote me a gun. If you do something that put my life or my family life or anybody around me life in danger, I'm going to shoot this gun in self-defense. Okay? This is already in my mind. This is the law, and I'm going to, of course, the law. I'm not going to go and create a situation with nobody to where I have to produce a firearm. Or, you know, I'm not even trying to put myself in situations that cause for, you know what I'm saying, this type of altercation. You feel me? See, when I was growing up, we used these. You see what I'm saying? We weren't scared to fight. You see what I'm saying? Along the lines, somewhere along the lines, the younger generation, they were scared to take ass with them. I'm saying all this, y'all got to keep up with me because this is Slime Talk, episode 1. See, somewhere along the lines, the younger generation, they were scared to put these up. They were scared. Maybe it was the embarrassment. Maybe it was the fathers not being in the home. I'm just having a conversation, you know, because when the government started to take the fathers out of the homes, put them in prisons, you see what I'm saying? Maybe that man figure wasn't there to teach Junior how to squabble. Maybe Junior didn't have that. Maybe Junior over here had to go out there and learn the hard way. You see what I'm saying? But somewhere along the lines, people were scared to try. And today we still dealing with people who scared to try. We got more black people in position of power today. And I'm talking about Fulton County. See, Fulton County, Orange County, counties that I live in and counties that I pertain to, I can talk to y'all about it. I'm not gonna come up here and try to tell you about South Carolina, you about North Carolina, you about Texas. Texas. You see what I'm saying? I can't tell y'all about them. What I can tell y'all is right now, the world is focused on Fulton County. And the little bit of light that I get, I want to bring it. I want to bring awareness. I haven't been detoured or sidetracked from the celebrities and the laughter and the dating shows and the hee ha ha. It's hard for me to be distracted from that. When they got me bound to it, I'm going to court. I'm fighting for my life. I'm not going in there telling on nobody. I can't. You feel me? First of all, that's not in me. See, I'm an OG. I'm 40. I'm 41 years old. See, I ain't got no conversation for the police. It is not no understanding there. My girl will look at me. You see what I'm saying? My partner, my girl, my children. You see what I'm saying? Will look at me differently. They look at you differently. Because let's not forget, when your kids go to school or your kids is out in society and your kids nowadays are so informed, they so in tune, they so on the iPads and the iPhones, and they so involved. They so on the TikTok. Y'all seen what Thug Kids just dropped this song? They so involved. They so much smarter. They're so much smarter than we were growing up. And I can remember Minister Farrakhan saying that this generation is the most fearless. And if they was able to have that right guidance, they would be awesome. Rather than using their talents to be locked away in the white man jail. And I'm not making this about race. I'm making this about community. I'm making this about the truth. I'm making this about what slime is and slime does. And so we have to start getting it back on track. You see what I'm saying? So we have to start putting ourselves, the black men that are available. I'm telling y'all something. Although times have changed, y'all hear me out. Black women, I'm talking about black women, but women have evolved, and women are these supernatural, you feel me, beings. I sit back and I watch my children mother my children, right? I sit back and I watch her do things effortlessly. You see what I'm saying? Effortlessly. But it's always been in the woman. See, for the man, it may take us a little, I gotta get up and change the diaper or make the noodles or give the bath, But for the mother, is nature. It's done. You see what I'm saying? So, and don't get me wrong. You have where black men are stepping up more and more. They trying. But see, you have to where you take a black man like myself. You take one like Woody. You see what I'm saying? You take black men who got children and try to be there for the children. Now, my way of being there for my children is different than the next man's way. But I'm saying it to go back and say how Fulton County has tried time and time again to hinder me from being that father. See, time and time again, Fulton County done tried to lock me up for things that I may have done what they say was a crime, but in the capacity that it was done was not a crime. But yet it cost me money, time, freedom, things that I did not have, things that I couldn't afford. They charged me a price I couldn't afford to pay. You see what I'm saying? And when you're growing up and they put you in this system at 17 where they say, oh, well, at 17, I'm telling y'all this about Fulton County. Fulton County has a 17-year-old dorm. At 17 years old, when you still an adolescent, you still in the 11th, 12th grade, Fulton County has a floor for your ass at 17. And they got a GED program for you too. See, They believe more in locking you up and throwing away the key than they, well, this is before Funny Will. It's weird, but hey, slime talk. I see where Funny Willis do have programs to help. I do see that in place. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm telling y'all what's been in stone over decades to give that man, now they doing it to the women, but give that man that record. Put that on him. Yeah, and that's what you see a lot of with the YSL case. You see a lot of brothers that was young. Now these niggas went to tell him. And like I say, if you don't have the money or the resources, you see what I'm saying, to fight these cases, it leads them to where they got the pressure on them to tell. I'm sorry. But at the same time, y'all running around supposed to be making all this money, doing all these crimes, or whatever the case may be. But if you look at a lot of them, we get locked up for breaking in cars, petty crimes. I ain't seen a nigga get caught with no work, nothing worth nothing, guns and petty stuff, junky shit. But when you don't have the money or the resources to fight it, Fulton County got this so swindlish way of coming and saying, well, hey, I'm gonna give you the probation. Yeah, we know you shot this nigga over there. We know you shot him, but look, we got a first offenders. I've been on first offenders twice. One time both of them were shootings, but I wasn't in the wrong. Actually, I wasn't in the wrong. And had I known, well, actually, I did know. But when I was ready to go to trial, they came to me and said, but look, okay, and this was my situation. I'm be honest with y'all. I had sat in jail. See, I got locked up. I did it in 2016. I got locked up in 2016. This is this particular case. See, you got bloggers that are trying to say, hold on, Nick said 2016. He was born, and when the nigga was born? He was born then. Wait a minute. Nigga be writing shit down trying to act. Now, you had 5 years. Nigga went to jail in 2017. Had 5 years. How this nigga out of jail in 2024? Your math is off. Your math ain't mathing. Right now, it ain't math. Hold on, guys. Your math ain't math. But, so anyway, a situation happened. And so by the time I made it to court, okay, so I had got an attorney while I was locked up because they didn't give me a bond. It was a shooting. So by the time I was able to, so with being that they didn't give me a bond, I hired an attorney. You feel me? Because I'm like, shit, I'm in Fulton County. You don't want to be in Fulton County with no bond and no attorney. Again, I don't have the luxury of telling on nobody. So I hired me an attorney. The attorney I hired is full of shit. Y'all have seen New Jack City and that man, the one who killed Nino Brown. That's how my attorney looked. This nigga kept, listen to me, y'all. I'm locked up for a shooting. No. I kept telling my dad, I was like, I don't know about this nigga. He come to see me. When he walked in the door, it's a, the door on that side, but they come in. I don't know if I would, they ain't handcuff me, because when you going to see your attorney, they don't handcuff you, just walk over there. I'm in there looking at this nigga. He come in the damn door. The nigga badge get caught on the door. His badge is caught around the door. This shit snatched this nigga neck like he was a pit motherfucking bull. Okay? I'm looking like, who are you? Oh, damn. Then this nigga was eating peanuts. I'm your attorney. I said, where the hell is my dad? He downstairs. He sent me up here to talk to you. Now, say the police keep your door in. Man, you don't get your ass out of here. So I have this attorney at the time. He doing whatever. So by the time I get a bond, I bond out. Okay, I bond out. Now my money limited. You feel me? I got to get another attorney because I can't go to trial with him. Fulton County, rather than them looking at the case and being honest and saying, well, look, we looked at the case. We know we were wrong. Hey, look, we're going to, you feel me? Case dismissed. Go ahead on. It's hard for Fulton County to dismiss the case because they're so worried about more and more lawsuits, which I don't know why, because they ain't paying nobody no way. All the lawsuits on these niggas, they ain't paying no damn money. But, so, the attorney that I had, I'm like, I get out of jail, right? They send me a letter in the mail. They want to go to trial the next week. So this was like on a Thursday or Friday where I get the letter. So I called. If y'all watch my interview with Kayla Bumpers, and I asked her about Nicole Thomas, and she said, oh, that's my best friend. I called Nicole Thomas. I called the white Thomas, who is the attorney T.I. had when he got caught up on the federal gun charges. I called him, and he said, well, look, Star, I only do federal cases now. So I'm going to turn you on to Nicole. I called Nicole. Nicole say, I'll be that money. I go to her office. I pay her like $5,000. I think it was my last bit of money that I had. So I go and pay her. So we go to court Monday. We ready for trial in Fulton County. Mind you, they don't have any witnesses. The information about the case has come out, and I really got a lawsuit on these folks. But I done sat in jail. I just want this shit over with. So she come to me Monday before the trial, before the jury selection, and she said, well, look, Star, they say they give you the first offenders, which is 5 years probation. You don't have to pay no money. You don't have to report. You don't have to take no drugs. You don't have to do nothing. And because we don't have to go to trial, I'll give you back $3,000 of your dollars. I took the deal. See, they done turned around and tried to use that again. I ain't telling nobody. I paid my money. I hired me an attorney. I got fucked over by the first one. I got another one. I went in there. They came with a deal because the only other option that they had was to dismiss the case. But because I said, well, look, I can use $3,000 back in my pocket. I ain't got no more money. I would took that. Now, she could have kept the 5. We could have went to trial and won. Or even if I'd have kept playing with them, they probably would have just, whatever. But I didn't have them, I didn't want to gamble the money. You feel me? Shit, $3,000 back in my bank, I can work with that and bounce back. I can't work with $0 and being free. I mean, yeah, I can, but it helped me out. It make it a little bit easier with 3,000. So I told y'all this story to tell y'all how Fulton County will do it. That's not the first time they did that to me. It's been over years that this has accumulated on my record. That these strikes and strikes and strikes have added up. You feel me? And portrayed me to be really, it put my life in jeopardy with the police. See, when the police run my ID, or they see a nigga like me, I'm tatted up with that high my appearance, the first thing they thinking is the worst. You feel me? Something that ain't right. And although I could be completely legit, they don't know I'm a taxpaying citizen. Done did jury duty. Graduated from, you know what I'm saying? They don't know this when they look at me. Let alone let me have a gun, which I got the right to do. See, they get me locked up and charged with aggravated assault every time. Because they not used because like I said, I'm grown. But they're not used to a grown man not being in prison that look like me. They're not used to a man that look like me being educated, certified, did the right thing. But time and time again, y'all done tried to put these strikes and regulations on my life and on my record. But I wasn't one that would stop. And that's what we have to take this time and what's going on with Fulton County. Because when I got out of jail this time, they locked me up again. Ain't no way in the hell I'm doing this many aggravated assaults. But see, there's a loophole in law, in legislation, in legal. See, they'll tell you, okay, in Georgia, in Florida, I keep telling you, I'm in Florida, it's a different law. I got a Florida gun license because that's where I reside. Georgia, you don't need a gun license. You don't need a concealed permit. You don't need any of that. You can tote that fire, period, in Georgia, right? But see, when you tote that fire in Georgia and something happened, you're going to get charged with aggravated assault because of that gun. They are going to lock you up because of that gun. My dad used to tell me when I was little, that gun make it a different ballgame, especially when you're black. See, they gonna say you can have it, right? Now let's just say, I'm gonna tell y'all a real story. They locked me up. I was at the store. Okay, I had my gun on me, legal gun on me, but I had on a jacket, right? I had on a jacket. You couldn't tell I had the gun on me. Man come in the store. He go to talking crazy. I'm really, honestly, I mind my business. I'm coming in and I'm coming out the store. I do the same routine every night. So when he come in the store, I'm like, oh, he tripping. I can't really hear what he's saying, but so I'm just kind of laughing it off. I'm just kind of going with the vibe, feeling out, but I'm really not paying no attention. But what going on, Talk Life? What going on, Black Butterfly? What going on, everybody? I see y'all in the chat. I'm with y'all, man. We talking for real, man. We got to make some change. So the man come in the store, ain't right? So so I'm in line, and it was a dude that I was talking to, a guy cut his hair. You know what I'm saying? And so me and him talking in the line. It's a lady behind me. You know what I'm saying? And so the dude, he walks up and he talking to the dude who I know. Never seen this guy before in my life, but he talking to the dude I know. So now I can hear him better, you feel me, as opposed to when they was talking amongst themselves. So he's saying shit like, he just like, I ain't gonna lie on him, man, but he was saying like threatening stuff, you feel me? But he wasn't necessarily directing it towards anybody. So I'm like, shit, whatever, the nigga tripping. Boom, I'm next in line. So he say to the lady behind me, he said, bitch, get here. Bitch, get it up, bitch, something. So when he said that, it's funny because when he said that, we still looking like, who is he? First of all, what the fuck is he talking about? Second of all, who is he talking to? Because he just like, bitch, get up. So we like, so when I look, and I'm actually paying him attention, he trying to get the lady, the little wallet that got your ID and your money in, because she in line too. So he trying to take that from the lady. So I'm like, oh, hell no, we ain't doing that, bro. We ain't doing that one. So he like, shit, nigga, you get up too. So I'm like, bro, oh, I ain't giving no shit. So we in the store finna fight, you feel me? I'm like, yo, fuck that, we finna hit. So the man in the store, the owner of the store, they put bro out the store. They like, man, you gotta get the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So he go on out the store. When he go out the store, at this point, I'm blown. You feel me? I'm like, oh, hell no. Right?
I'm getting ready to come out the store. The man come back in, finna rob the store again. Well, to attempt woo-woo. I pull my, hey, hold on, bro. We not doing that. So when I pull my gun, look, I pull my gun. I feel like Marlon Law got that one back. Bring, nigga. Put your goddamn hands up. I pull my, I said, bring. That nigga, he still like, whoa. I heard somebody else say, nigga, you freeze. I know what the fuck is this? I look back, it was the police. I know, shit. That's got up, police. I done took the gun. I done ducked the gun. I'm like, man, I ain't got nothing. Point what I'm saying is, it looked a certain way. It was 100% self-defense. Man tried to rob her, shout twice. He tried to rob her. Came back in, had the knife in his hand. That's why when I seen the knife, you know what I'm saying? Completely legal. I sat in jail for 4 months, 3-4 months. Went to court. Once they heard what happened, looked at the surveillance video and things like that, they gave me a bond, a reasonable bond. Mind you, I still had to pay the bond. They didn't let it go. They seen the video, they said what they said, and I posted bond because I still had to fight that in court. I didn't go in there and tell on no nigga. You did. Oh yeah, y'all caught me with the gun, but hey, my boy, what you say? Your boy G Money tried to cut a side deal with me. And so I get it when you caught up in doing street shit. And I'm just saying, I've done a lot of things that people would look at as street situation, but honestly, it was just survival. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. This show we did. This nigga had a knife. He won all. I ain't never seen him in my life. But although the case of be beat in the long run, they still gonna make me go through the whoop. I'm not finna go in there and tell. See, I don't have a baby mama or that worked for Atlanta Police Department. See, I can't call my baby mama and say, meet me at the precinct. I call my baby mama there, they're like, what, nigga? You know, they not. What y'all charging me with? Yeah, they tell me so I definitely got caught with the gun. Call that other bitch. Well, what's her number? Because somebody need to come and get me. Hey, call that bitch. Who wet the bitch? You tell me, okay, I'll try to get the fuck out of jail. Now, you remember I did that for you? Yeah. Nigga, when did they say you can tell on a nigga and get a reality show? When I was growing up, they had reality shows. It was Making the Band. Nigga was trying to be. Hell, you know, as I think about it, we might have really grew up in a fucked up era. Nickelodeon, that shit done hit the fan. R. Kelly, that shit done hit the fan. P. Diddy, that shit done hit the fan. Orlando Brown, that nigga done hit the fan. Everybody remember when, what's his name? Orlando Brown played on Family Matters, played the little nigga G. Grew up to be on a G. A G a day. All right. Allegedly. You know what? But anyway, I'm just talking to man, this slime talk. Hey, man, y'all hit my cash out, man. Listen, y'all, I just graduated. I'm finna lay it on. I ain't gonna lay it on y'all right now, but when I get through with everything, I'm gonna let y'all know what I graduated for, man. And yeah, y'all, you know what I'm saying, I've been working hard at it, man. My cash out down there at the bottom, man, because, you know, Fulton County got me. Well, I still cut hair, but I ain't able to do a lot like I really want to because Fulton County, how they do you, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Now, how you doing? You right on time. We in here just laying it down. We talking about it because, like I say, I really feel like a lot of things, a lot of attention that's being brought to Fulton County right now from Woody, Caleb Bumper, you know, Brian Steele and them too, but more so Caleb Bumpers, who has been blessed with a voice, Woody, who is a known cooperative with law enforcement. They need to go down. And I'm finna tell y'all something about Rollo too. God bless his soul. This completely out time. I'm gonna tell y'all something about Rollo. Love him to death. Love him to death. Love him, nephew. Been locked up with Terrell. I met Terrell when I was locked up for my first shooting in 2008. Me and Terrell was on Fulton North together. Rollo. And he wouldn't shut the fuck up. He just kept rapping. It was like, man, shut the hell up. Didn't know he was gonna do all this. But the reason why I'm talking about Rollo is because I want to talk about how he just went and bonded out Anti the Menace. He just went and bonded out Anti the Menace, who is locked up on RICO gang charges. This little young nigga, like 19, right? I'm telling y'all, I was coming out and I was getting out and he was coming in. But glad to be getting out of there. See, rappers like that, little boy up, come into Fulton County. These rappers and people like that, when they come in Fulton County, it's extortion time. What y'all about? What y'all about niggas that trying to do Snapchats and TikToks? Hell no! Get your ass on that phone. And see, when you got these little young niggas like Anti the Menace locked up on these gang charges, there are other gang members. The niggas y'all beefing with, they in there too. You know what I'm saying? They in there too. So they putting the pressure on you like, that's why I ain't gonna lie to you. I love being an old nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? I sit back, I be like, yeah, little nephew. They be like, hey, what's going on? Hey, so what you think? Boo, boo. See, I sit back, I'm like, wait, I don't put my work in. See, when I was coming up in Fulton County, it was about your hand game and your gang banging. I remember the first time I was locked up in my partner. This nigga got me in this shit. I got caught with the gun, though. It was his idea to go and whoop the nigga ass and take the gun. I get caught with the goddamn gun. Trying to show off for a girl. I got the gun on me. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with me. Pow, 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 pow. You did. And here comes the motherfucking police. Listen. Police whip up. I got a pistol on me. They got that bright ass light. You know, that big brown ass light. They got that light in my face. I was trying to see. I can't see one for a damn. So to me, it looked like the police looking at him. So I pulled the gun out. I'm trying to throw the gun. It is that freeze. It's somebody that freeze word. When you hit, your ass know to stop. It is that freeze. Put your hit, nigga. You better not move. But I drop that coat. What about? I'm talking about the gun, not the beer. The gun. I dropped that motherfucker. This is it. Hey, look. Man, look. They done locked my ass up in County Park. Took me to Fulton County Jail. My first time in Fulton County Jail. On top of that, I had a warrant. And I ain't know nothing about no warrants. And I found out today, I done called goddamn my mom and them, they weren't fucking with me because they told me not to be over at this bitch house doing this shit. Hey, you know when your parents be telling you, leave that girl alone. Leave that nigga alone. Your parents be telling you, and we don't want to listen. We steady tiptoeing our dumb ass over there. Now I done got locked up behind this bitch. And shit. So they say, well, look, I'm in jail. So I called goddamn the girl I know. She's like, so what you know about the Redding boys, 30D and Goodfellas on both sides of Blood the Crib? Like, you know, Joy, Redding. The Redding boys are goons. Redding. Oh, I know about 30 Deep. I know about Goodfellas. You know what I'm saying? I know about them. Redding, that name sounds familiar. But Redding, boy. What they did? I can't remember, but I know about 30 Deep and I know about Goodfellas. They started off at Goodfellas, GL Mall. I know about 30 Deep. See, back in the day, you remember when 30 Deep, when they were good fellas, they got caught with all the bodies in the attics and shit. That what you talking about? GL, Maul. I know about. I'm not Maul, I'm not GL, but I know what's going on. But Redding, that name sound familiar. Yeah. The Redding boys. Them ain't the niggas who killed the boxer, is it? No, that ain't them. Redding. You gotta put me up on them, but it sounds familiar. Sound like some old shit. Sound like this shit happened in the 90s. Did this happen in the 90s? The Redding boys. Shit sound like some old goddamn Black Mafia shit. But yeah. So anyway, they locked my ass up and did that though, man. So my partner, he like, well, dude, we going in Fulton County. You might want to start goddamn gang banging and choo-choo slanging and shit. And I'm like, ooh. It do ring a bell. They like, they can't put it on there, but it sound familiar, though. It sound familiar. But, yeah, that was story time. But get back on track, though. What we do know pertaining to Slime talking to the YSL case is this, though. They don't replace the judge, whatever. All this is what you call chestnut checkers. Is being drawn out to make a show. You see, that's why while the show is on, we got to go ahead and start putting a sequel in place. What's next? See, I'm just being honest with y'all. I'm just having this conversation with y'all because I understand that Woody is who y'all like. But exiting this because, like I say, it ain't too much more I can really tell y'all about it, man. And that's not even my point coming up here. But I really feel like we got to start bringing attention to Fulton County. It's brothers in there that cannot get out of jail. And see, when Caleb Bumpers and Woody and these people are doing these interviews and stuff like that, they sit back and watch it. It's in that motion that was filed. And I do this talking from people who know what's going on. You feel me? So I'm up here having a conversation with y'all. But in that motion that was filed, it was a part where they said, go back and watch the YouTube video and put the YouTube link in the paperwork. See, I'm letting y'all know, they definitely watching YouTube. And for the stuff that they doing, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. We gotta goddamn keep this thing right, man. But I'm here, y'all. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Pull up on me. Y'all know I be done got the fuck up off of here. But let's check out some more of this little information, man.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, and I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on Unfoonk, the YSL member who snitched worse than Gunna. With the release of Gunna's new song addressing his snitching, a video went viral of the song killing the vibe of an entire club. Dirk called him a rat while speaking with academics, Boosie called him a rat while speaking with Vlad, and it's uncertain who actually within hip-hop is willing to stand next to him. But come to find out, There's someone within the YSL indictment that not only snitched worse than Gunna, he full on betrayed his own blood brother, Young Thug. 34-year-old Quantavious Greer, who raps by the name Unfoonk, has recently been exposed for snitching worse than Gunna in another case of selective politicking. One of 28 men indicted in the YSL case, Unfoonk also took a plea deal which spared him a prison sentence and ultimately set him free on probation. Charged with conspiracy to violate the RICO Act and theft by receiving a stolen firearm, Unfoonk would receive a 12-year prison sentence with 2 years credited as time served, while the remaining 10 years was to be served on probation. He'd be required to perform 750 hours of community service, stay away from firearms, and commit no criminal acts. But in return, he'd admit to a long list of questions specifically designed to convict those higher up in the YSL food chain, such as his own brother, Young Thug. As part of the special conditions of his sentencing, Unfoonk agreed to testify that YSL is a gang. He'd admit to being a member of the Goodfellas gang and becoming associated with YSL in 2019. He'd admit that in 2 separate occasions he spoke with YSL members on securing protection for a YSL member in jail and getting revenge on another inmate for harming a YSL member in jail. He'd agree to testify discussing the use of a drone to fly cell phones into the jail and would acknowledge multiple gang identifiers of YSL to further confirm YSL is in fact a gang. He'd agree he has personal knowledge of members of YSL having committed criminal acts such as murder, robbery, etc., and understands that if he takes back anything he's admitted to testifying, his plea deal will be revoked. Not only would he sign his initials next to everything he agreed to, but court transcripts would also show he answered yes to every question inside of a courtroom and in front of a judge. With Unfoonk pleading out in December of 2022, he'd only last 5 months before violating his probation. He was pulled over by Atlanta police for the window tint on his Mercedes when they located a Glock handgun inside of the vehicle. Going in front of a judge, he was spared nothing as he was sentenced to serve the remaining 9 years in state prison. But prison was Unfoonk's second home, as he'd already spent much of his life in there and would have spent the remainder of his life sentence in prison if it wasn't for Young Thug. Back in 2007, Unfoonk arranged the robbery of 2 men who had cashed a $1,500 check. Having the victims unknowingly driven to him, he approached the vehicle in all black demanding the money. They gave it up as he and the co-defendant went in their pockets, and when they told the victims to walk away, one of the men threw his jacket at Unfoonk, who opened fire, shooting the man in the stomach and ultimately killing him. Unfoonk and his co-defendant would be indicted by Fulton County in 2010 and months later sentenced to life in prison. In an interview with High Atlanta, Unfoonk would share the story of how back in 2017, he was sitting in a prison cell when he got a call from Young Thug on his cell phone. Now a superstar in the rap game, Thug would tell him his new lawyer was none other than Brian Steele, the most notorious hip-hop lawyer in Atlanta who's currently representing Thug in the YSL
Not the one that's out there representing
Unfoonk would later speak with the lawyer who promised his release within the next 2 years, and in a series of appeals and motions, Young Thug was able to finance and essentially buy back his brother's freedom. A selfless act that would end in betrayal, as Unfoonk, who only served 11 years of his life sentence, agreed to testify against the very gang Young Thug is alleged to have founded. Maybe it's the fact that Gunna's a successful rapper that makes him the most hated within the YSL indictment. But in all reality, there's many more that have done worse against YSL and specifically against Thug, who have yet to be publicly shamed. Unfoonk is now on his way back to prison, only to be reunited with his co-defendant who was never released and is still serving a life sentence for a murder he didn't commit because he didn't have a rich brother to pay for the lawyer. Now everybody hates Gunna, to the point that they don't even want to move around in the club to his music. Everybody just sits still and waits until the song gets turned off. I don't know anybody that wants to collab with Gunna. Some of the biggest names in hip hop are speaking against him, but nobody is going against anybody else that cooperated in the case. Young Thug's own brother was serving a life sentence, and because Thug paid for the best lawyer in Atlanta, he got out, only to come home, join YSL, 2 years later get indicted in a RICO, and then tell on the entire... Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode.
You live. Now, look, I want to goddamn, y'all remember when I was breaking this thing down, y'all, and I was telling y'all how when Nut got killed, Thug came to the south side. Thug came to the south side, tapped in with King Troop. King Troop lost his life in December of 2015. And that's how Thug signed Gunna. Now I was telling people, like, look, Gunna from Shade Park, from my hood. Gunna them had their own situation going on. See, I'm finna tell y'all something. Gunna, I don't know, y'all tell me if it's snitching. Y'all get the lights up. I'm finna play for y'all. Well, Gunna told on the nigga from the hood, man. Gunna been telling. Now, hey, listen. I ain't got nothing to get Gunna. I'm telling y'all this because it's a storyline behind it. The dude that Gunna told on is a dude that unalived the girl down in Spelman. Y'all ready for this? Because I'm finna show it to y'all. Well, Gunna told on my partner. Look, though. And I think it was 08, 09, something like that. It was a shooting that happened down in Spelman. The girl, Jasmine Lynn, or Jazz Lynn, something like that. She got hit. She lost her life. Gunna's cousin and my partner, they were down there at the thing. They both had on the same color red. You feel me? Dude rocked with, he rocked with the blood. You feel me? I told you these boy Crips now. So, Gunna's cousin, he ended up lying to the police or some shit and ended up getting hit with the murder. Okay? Got the life sentence and everything. Gunna know, my partner who Gunna was doing all this telling on. Gunna checked they big homie who was King Troop. Went to one of them went to one of the little runners, took the work, said, look, tell your big homie to come holler at me. Y'all doing all these woo. Could tell him come holler at me. Y'all can look it up. He got shot and killed in Blue Ivy. I think it was in 2015. He got killed in Blue Ivy. Later that year, another blood nigga sent the hit on Troop through, while Buddy was in the comments, sent it through Pat, who was a 30 deep nigga, man. 30 deep, good fella, one of them niggas. That's who took King Troop out. Pay attention to the timeline. Y'all get the likes up. If y'all want to see me, I'm finna play the video for y'all where Gunna was telling on my minds. He so you can't say that, oh, that what he did over there wasn't really snitching. It's a history of it. It's a history of it. Get the lights up. Get the lights up so y'all see the video. Get the lights up, get the lights up. Because you ain't seen it. This Slime Talk, episode 1. Ain't none of the blogger playing it for y'all because they don't understand the history of what was transpiring in their face. I'm telling y'all what's going on. See, they had to get Troop out the way. They had to get Troop out the way because Thor wouldn't be able to sign Gunna. Troop wasn't gonna let that happen. Hell no. Hell no. Southside have too much motion. But hey, y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. The quicker you hit the like button, the quicker I can play the video. Exclusive, baby. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I'm gonna show y'all Gunna been telling. Gunna told on my partner. I see a buck one of them. Gunna, man, come on, y'all. He told on my mans. I got the video right here. Hit the like button. I'm gonna drop the link. Why y'all got make a decision on if y'all want to hit that like button or not. I done seen the video. You feel? But since I'm finna get on up out of here, man, y'all hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button.
I mean, it's a murder case. No one wants to go down for it. No one.
Devonnie Benton's younger cousin, Sergio Kitchens, says Benton is on trial for murder.
Who? Who is it? They're like Gunner. Like Gunner.
I mean,
That what they be trying to get. You feel me? Now I ain't saying whether he told or not when it comes to Thor. I'm just saying the man got a history of telling.
Yeah. That's it right there. That shit crazy.
That shit crazy.
Crazy.
So,
you know,
he said it ain't right. He locked up because he killed this person.
You know, I fuck with 3 too, so it's just like
That's my dog. I fought with 3 the long way.
that shit crazy, man. Like I said, you put me down on some shit, man. I'm a back out the way, man, and let them see what the fuck going on here. I'm finna tune in too, cause boy, you put me on some shit.
Cause we down with it.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna talk too much about it, cause I still, you still from the hood, but I'm just letting people know that hey.
That's crazy. This is
Now it wasn't his cousin who was unalive, his cousin. That shit. Now his cousin is the one that went to prison. His cousin in prison for it.
Yeah, this shit exclusive now, so I'm letting y'all know, man. This shit exclusive. I'm tuning in just like y'all.
Yeah, hey, none of the other bloggers playing this. I'm finna play it again. But I ain't talk like I'm finna get off of here and I'm gonna hit you anyway.
That what's up, bro?
For sure.
I mean,
Turner, Quintavious Turner, whatever his name is. Well, what he told on him about breaking in a car, breaking in a house or something. Okay, I done seen that. But when the lady was saying that she moved their friend, I get the feeling she talking about Tay, right? Because that way, dog, that's who he committed most of his crimes with. That would he go to. If it wasn't Tay, it was Scarface. But it reminds you, at this particular time, Scarface supposed to be locked up. Tay the one who had just got out. Tay gets unalived a couple weeks ago, right? Just as they get ready to go into the next witness. Now I say that because I'm wondering, are they eliminating witnesses? Are they eliminating witnesses? Because Woody's definitely on the witness list. He's up there on the witness stand. I took a look at the witness list. Now, you got a redacted list. And you know, the witness list you can't really even go off for. I'm telling y'all that for a fact. You feel me? Because I'm telling you, we do shit where they do shit like this, right? We might get like last week when they were talking about it was something, but when you go and turn your witness list in to the prosecutor and vice versa, that might just be on that particular day or hearing. That day you might say, well, look, this my guaranteed 3 people that's gonna be a witness. Now, before you go in there, one of them people on the witness list Woody, Kenneth Copeland, per se, might reach out and talk to another person who knows some shit like, hey, look, Shout just gave me $2,500. Or they might woo woo. Look, you gonna come and woo woo. Cause the prosecutor may say, look, reach out to your partner. Now, this is a surprise witness. This is oh, Yana. Y'all already see the game that they playing. Oh, Yana, we just got information that woo woo want to testify. See, you got a lot of people around this situation who tell me, period. You got these niggas told on these niggas told on these niggas. A lot of these dudes, y'all remember that game where they say, stay down till you come up. Stay down till you come up, right? Don't be so quick to show your hand. Don't be so quick to fold. You know how to play poker? You got a lot of these dudes when they took these pleas and folded. When had they stayed down, stayed solid, they might have could have beat the whole case. Being there as a new judge, and I'm talking about how do y'all feel about this new judge? Do y'all feel like Thug got a better chance? Do y'all feel like he got a worse chance? Do y'all feel like he's still even? How y'all feel? You know, in one instance, I feel like this is a chance for the small fries to get out the way. Them boys, like that little young boy sitting up there, that little Rod boy, that boy got one charge. I can't remember what it is. Niggas like that, get them out the way. That's what I'm talking about. That little young boy don't know nothing. But he's sitting up there with some stone-cold accused killers. That little boy went, how old is the boy? 18, 19, 20, maybe. Lil Rod, man, sitting up there fighting for his life at 20 years old, don't even know what he involved in. All because of what? Because of what? Because he said YSL? Because he took a picture? Because he hung out? What the hell did he do? I know it was one charge, but you got him charged and sitting up here with these grown-ass men, 30-something years old, like he understands what he doing. He don't. He don't. I can tell you that. He's sitting over there quiet as a church mouse. Because he don't understand what's really going on. He too young. Man ain't charged with no murder. The man ain't charged with, you know what I'm saying? Now, serious, some of the shit I don't want to say that come to my mind. What I'm saying, dudes is locked up in Fulton County for. This little young dude ain't charged with that. That other boy, Miles, had some guns under the bed to protect his family. Had a clothing line. A lot of these dudes is young and don't know. They can't tell you nothing. It ain't that, and hear me out. It ain't that they wouldn't have told you some shit. Maybe he would have told you something to get that one charge off of him. But when you don't know nothing, I can't tell you nothing. Now, maybe he just silent. He's like, man, look, I'll take my one charge and fight it with you. But that attorney done cost him more money than I really see him having. Who paying for the attorney fees? Because who is this y'all dude that got this high-powered attorney sitting up there with him every day by his side, Lil Rod? Fighting a case with grown men. You see? Now you got, I'm just pointing out the obvious. And the crazy part about it is, that's only one courtroom. They got a whole other courtroom with about 7, 8 more YSL members fighting and taking pleas. All I'm saying is, we got to do better. We got to get with Caleb Bumper. That lady, Rachel Krause, Listen to this, what Rachel Krause said. I want y'all to really, I keep trying to get off of here, but y'all ain't gonna let me go nowhere. Listen to what Rachel Krause, how you say her name, said to Kayla Bumpers. All Kayla Bumpers had to say was, I'm with you. Let's go help her. What's her name? Rachel Krause said she don't even do criminal no more because her clients was losing their life in Fulton County. She couldn't even defend them in court because they get killed in the county. County jail, you supposed to be in and out. In y'all city and state, are they holding people in y'all county jail for years? Have y'all heard about that? Where y'all from? Let me know in the chat. Please let me know in the chat.
Open, honest person. We all make mistakes. We all say stupid shit. I do. I'm very willing to be like, shouldn't have done that. Should not have done that. Kayla is a great lawyer. She did a great job. And the truth is, without Kayla, there wouldn't be this huge transcript of what the state does with judges.
I didn't know. Now that you say that, it was something about a murder charge, but I can't say for sure. But that don't surprise me. It don't surprise me they charge you with a murder in Fulton County, and then kind of find out you either it was self-defense or you didn't do it. But I'm glad you just said it, because when you did just say that, it kind of like I do remember hearing something like that. But right now he's sitting up there. See, and that might be why his little ass been in Fulton County so long. You feel me? I told you I was locked up with the nigga now, and I seen it, but to me it was just like a regular, like a lullaby. But thank you for sharing that with me, because
open, honest person. We all make mistakes. We all say stupid shit. I do. I'm very willing to be like, shouldn't have done that. Should not have done that. Kayla is a great lawyer. She did a great job. And the truth is, without Kayla, there wouldn't be this huge transcript of what the state does with judges on the regular. This usually is not captured with a court reporter. This happens constantly, and we just don't know about it. So we don't know how many witnesses from the Fulton DA's office in the past 20 years have been influenced this way. And it should make people sick.
20 years.
Yeah, and just to what you said, I know that at the beginning of the trial, there were a few witnesses that came in towards the end of the week and they were not cooperative. Then they get this weekend and they come back and they're like hummingbirds. So definitely that makes me wonder if they were put in the same position as Mr. Copeland.
Things get promised. I've had other cases with Miss Love. Things have definitely been promised to witnesses. If they do, people who are not in good shape financially, can I get help if I agree to do this? And there's like under the table stuff going on all the time. So it's just so concerning when you think about, Kayla, we're crusaders for justice in really a sea of injustice, and just how hard it is to make any, I don't know, to make any leeway.
You came from down the road.
We're watching the best attorneys in the state fight this YSL case.
And so I figured
they're still
on their working the wall, trying to pick up some work.
And I didn't get to respond to. I do want to let everybody know that I take responsibility too. I could have responded better, and I absolutely did not mean to leak Rachel's number. And if you are still contacting her, I hope it is for I don't know if she's doing criminal right now. I think she's doing civil rights.
Listen to this,
tell us about your latest case?
Yeah, before I do that, I want to tell you the other funny thing is it's not my office. Unfortunately, I have no boundaries. I guess it's all just who I am. I have one cell phone number. My family calls the same number that my clients call. So when you call and text me and stuff, I am getting it directly, and I understand there's a lot of just like undertones of anger about other things that have happened, and that I may represent somebody that's done something to you that pisses you off. You have every right to be pissed.
My cash out,
and you're right. If you feel like unloading on me, I guess you can. I just am telling you, I'm not the enemy. I absolutely promise. As for my work, unfortunately, since COVID, so I did a lot of homicide, a lot of violent crimes. I graduated from law school in 2012. And I just started my own law firm in 2015 and just started trying cases. I've tried a murder case for $1,000. I'm not proud of that. But I wanted to get the experience, and I was ready to go. And then, I got a little bit cocky, or just it started to get real for me when, the consequences ultimately in some of these cases are that your client gets sentenced to, decades in prison. So Then what I want to say is that these people also sit, my clients, all of them that are charged with violent crimes are sitting in Fulton County jail, because I handle mostly Fulton County cases. They're sitting there for years and years and years pre-trial. So I've won some cases. I've won some murder cases, but I've also lost some murder cases. But bottom line is I've had several clients pass away in custody for just the most innocent of them. And so I've just stumbled into civil rights. I have a lawsuit pending against Fulton County, against the jail, against the medical provider. The medical provider refused to do CPR on my client, saying she had a bad knee. He was a juvenile charged as an adult who aged into the Fulton County jail and perished there, lost 65 pounds in custody. Nobody gave a shit. Had another client die recently in Gwinnett. So I also am kind of sick of being on the defense, and I'm ready to like score some goals. That's how I feel.
So Rachel, they want to know about the $1,000 murder.
Okay, like this is like the craziest thing. I can't believe I'm talking about it. I have trouble representing people that have enough money to like get away with it. And not that you can get away with things, but I mean, the person who I want to represent is somebody who really can't afford a lawyer, but wants to trust me. So, the family ended up not paying me. The kid ended up getting like 10 years on a murder case that was on video. I'm happy for him. And more than anything, it was worth it for me. Like the experience, how much is that worth when you're a 30-year-old? I mean, I wouldn't pay a 30-year-old that much money to try a murder case. You know what I mean? Like they don't know what they're doing. They haven't done it before.
Right.
They don't know what
so, I mean, I just sort of, and yeah, when my most successful cases have been when my clients testify.
Oh, okay. So can you tell us a little bit about that? Because I know most criminal defense attorneys will not let their client testify.
Yeah, so I think
y'all keep listening.
I have to watch what I say. So when I think about like a murder case, so when there's no co-defendant, and it's just a one-on-one situation,
y'all, and keep up.
And in general, usually people aren't out here like it's not like Law and Order SVU and stuff, where people are out here like really plotting and getting serious. Usually, someone's scared of someone else and they shoot them for reasons other than like wanting to scheme on them. It's like who's going to shoot first, and I think that fear. When you can explain fear to jurors that would otherwise not understand the conditions, and your client can look them in the eye and just be humble enough, maybe they wouldn't want to say this amongst their friends that they were scared, but when it's time to save your life, when you got 12 jurors staring at you, the state has to, in a self-defense case, the state has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you were not justified. So if you look at them in the eye and can find it within yourself to have the strength to tell them that you were scared, which is really hard for a lot of people, it goes a really long way. That's what I've learned. I've had a little bit more trouble with the gang murder cases with multiple co-defendants.
So are you on the Cop City case?
I am.
Okay.
City.
But yes, that's 64 co-defendants.
Right. I'm on it as well.
Yeah, that's going to be
Cop City
long
case,
and interesting.
guys.
I think, are you going to go to the field trip?
I'm finna stop right there. Cop, that's why I tell y'all she talk too much. Cop City, for y'all that don't know what Cop City is, and she just turned around. This lady is up there telling y'all that she's fighting for civil rights. She's trying to help the people that's locked up in Fulton County. 64 with co-defendant, whatever she said, on the Cop City trial. Cop City is them trying to stop activists from lawsuits and bringing awareness. Y'all know I told y'all earlier, Fulton County got so many lawsuits getting them. They don't pay half on no way. They're trying to now, with the Cop City project, make it illegal for the activists. In so many words. Also, Cop City is where they're gonna do high-end police training. It's like the Tyler Perry Studios for police, for Fulton County police. They've already put, I want to say like either $60 million budget or $1 billion budget, something like that, into Cop City, which is over there for an industrial. And they do all the police training. Like I said, it's like the Tyler Perry Studios of police. That's another reason why they did not fund the jail. they put it in Cop City. And Cop City is a big-ass lawsuit. Y'all heard? It's a big-ass lawsuit to where they trying to stop activists and them people from putting them lawsuits on Fulton County jail. It's called Cop City. You feel me? Y'all heard her just say number One Lyfe bomb. And see, I'm able to pick up on Cop City. I've been locked up. I remember talking about Cop City when I was locked up. Now, they didn't explain it to us as far as the lawsuit magnitude, but it was definitely the facility they building on Fulton Industrial to where they doing all the police training, the dog training, the SWAT training, all this shit. It's like a Tyler Perry studio for police. You can shoot Bad Boys 15 over there, my life. You feel? Big multi-million dollar. I can't remember if it was 60 million or a billion, but it's a big ass project. Y'all can look it up. Cop City. You feel me? I just dropped a One Lyfe bomb on y'all. And it's crazy. It's crazy that she sat there and like, why would she even tell that lady that she's on the Cop City case, knowing what it's about? And this lady, Rachel Kaufman, she was like, if y'all heard her, she was, and I'm gonna tell y'all something, I told y'all this yesterday. Her and Rachel don't get along. They don't like each other. They fell out about their ID. They had a big falling out about that ID. It was all on YouTube. They were arguing back and forth about it. Then I turned around and she's on Shawty's page. She's on her page talking to her saying, look, several of my clients lost their life because I only defend clients who locked up for violent crimes and things of that nature, felonies, violent crimes, murder. She just told y'all this. And a lot of them was losing their life before they even made the court. 9 times out of 10, you either owe somebody some money because you was on drugs and you couldn't pay your debt, or you was a rat. Most niggas that get stabbed in there is either lame, you ain't got no affiliation, and you just weird as hell, or you a rat, or you just did some old bogus ass shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. You just did some bogus shit. You don't know how to move. You feel? And or you just ain't affiliated. I don't know. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. But she mental shout. She's sitting on there. This lady telling you, look, I'm doing silver suits. I'm trying to say, all due respect, Caucasian lady telling you this. She telling you this on your black platform so your black audience can hear it. Look, I ain't even doing criminal no more. Check this out.
Free as a treat.
By waiver. Something minty?
Of course.
23,000. A 28% increase.
Horrible.
Another shock out of the Fulton County Jail. An inmate stabbed to death.
LaShawn Thompson was found face down in the toilet in his cell, and he was covered in insects.
The 8th victim, Sam Lawrence, who wrote a letter asking for help just 4 days before his death.
His last words was, "Get help, please."
And now the Justice Department is launching an investigation.
It will cost roughly $40 million per year to move roughly 1,000 inmates out of the region and out of the state.
I got a detainee that wants to talk to you all.
I had knives put to my throat, and I had to call my mom telling them, please wire somebody some money or I'm going to be killed.
Those inmates are not props. They are people. Let's stop playing politics while folks are dying.
Take a look. Here are the faces of the 10 people who died in the county's custody.
Attorneys comparing the jail to Gitmo, the infamous Guantanamo Bay detention camp in Cuba.
You are holding people for long periods of time without charging them with a crime.
No justice, no peace.
Until we address those systemic harms that have led to the death of so many in custody, we will continue to see these problems.
Georgia's get more.
Welcome to Behind the Investigation. I'm Atlanta News First Chief Investigator Brendan Keefe, and I'm joined by Investigator Andy Parati. You just saw a teaser of what we're calling Georgia's Gitmo, an extraordinary series of investigative reports focusing not really just on the jail in Fulton County, but also the system that allows all of this to happen. First off, Andy, where did you get the idea for this story, and why is it so important to you?
You know, so a few months ago, I was interviewing a Atlanta criminal defense attorney. His name is Andrew Fleischman, and he was telling me some stats about the jail that I had not heard of before, saying that there were a number of individuals who were in the jail who had not been indicted yet, people not formally charged with the crime. And I when he told me that, I was like, how is that possible? He said, yeah, it's happening. These people are arrested, but they're waiting in an indictment from the district attorney's office. And he said at that moment, it's just like Gitmo. It's like our own Gitmo, which is an acronym for Guantanamo Bay Detention Camp in Cuba, which has held suspected enemy combatants for decades without trial. So that's how the name came about, and that's how I became interested in it. I'm really interested in this subject matter to begin with because it's sort of been in my wheelhouse for years, covering jails, covering people in jails, covering people in prisons. And as you know, we've been covering the crisis of Fulton County Jail for the past year, and it just seemed like there needed to be more attention put on this issue, with so many people unfortunately dying in the jail, not convicted of a crime, simply waiting for their day in court.
You know, before we watch the story and this extraordinary series of stories that you're doing, it's important to point out that the Fulton County Jail is notorious nationally now, after some of the Donald Trump, former president of the United States, and other defendants were processed there.
Notorious. You heard what he said.
You know, a lot of people talk about the number of deaths there, but a lot of the reporting has been superficial. It's looked at sort of the statistics from 40,000 feet. What you really do is look at the underlying problem. I mean, what I love about investigative reporting is we don't just go and look for the simple surface answer. We keep digging till we hit bedrock, and you find the systemic and institutional failures. And I don't want to spoil it too much before we listen to the story, but what you really did is you went to all of the power players and really held them accountable for their role in the fact that so many people are not only awaiting trial, many without representation, but some of them haven't been indicted, and they're in there for weeks, months, years, and even one longer than a decade, awaiting trial on charges. Because, again, it's important to point out, I know you and I have talked about this a lot, but the jail is not a prison. It's not where you're generally sentenced to go to serve out a sentence after you've been adjudicated. It's where you're awaiting trial on charges. Most of these people are in there for pretrial detention. There's a smaller population that's in there because they've been sentenced to a year or less in jail. And as a result, they're innocent till proven guilty. Is that part of why you wanted to do this story too?
Yeah, you hit on all the things of why this is so important, and really getting down to the why is the jail the way it is. And we did exactly what you just mentioned. We went to the foremost powerful elected individuals in the county that have the most influence into what happens at the jail and the people inside. We're talking about the sheriff, the district attorney, the county chairman, and the chief superior court judge. We sat down with all of them, some of them as close to an hour. So in addition to putting them together in the story that you're about to listen and watch, we posted the raw interviews in this story on our website because we want to be completely transparent and explaining what they have to say about the issue and holding them accountable for their part.
And I know we do have a lot of followers who are students or fellow investigative reporters. Folks, this is a master class in how to do investigative interviews to get the interview subject comfortable enough to essentially get down to the rock bottom truth. Let's listen to the story. We'll talk about it on the other end.
Coffee is a treat. By waiver. Something minty? Of course.
23,000, a 28% increase.
Another shock out of the Fulton County Jail, an inmate stabbed to death.
LaShawn Thompson was found face down in the toilet in his cell, and he was covered in insects.
The 8th victim, Sam Lawrence, who wrote a letter asking for help just 4 days before his death.
His last words was, "Get help, please."
And now the Justice Department is launching an investigation.
It will cost roughly $40 million per year to move roughly 1,000 inmates out of the region and out of the state.
I got a detainee that wants to talk to you all.
I had knives put to my throat, and I had to call my mom telling them, please wire somebody some money or I'm gonna be killed.
Those inmates are not props. They are people. Let's stop playing politics while folks are dying.
Take a look. Here are the faces of the 10 people who died in the county's custody.
Attorneys comparing the jail to Gitmo, the infamous Guantanamo Bay detention camp in Cuba.
You are holding people for long periods of time without charging them with a crime.
No justice? No peace. No justice? No peace.
Until we address those systemic harms that have led to the death of so many in custody, we will continue to see these problems.
Welcome to Behind the Investigation. I'm Atlanta News First Chief Investigator Brendan Keefe, and I'm joined by Investigator Andy Perotti. You just saw a teaser of what we're calling Georgia's Gitmo, an extraordinary series of investigative reports focusing not really just on the jail in Fulton County, but also the system that allows all of this to happen. First off, Andy, where did you get the idea for this story, and why is it so important to you?
I'm finna play the whole thing for y'all. Check it out.
Like war. I saw people die. I saw people get stabbed.
I'm in the comments with y'all.
Anthony and his former roommate for murder in 2019. This past July, his attorney argued the district attorney had no proof he was involved.
There's no physical evidence that Mr. Tolbert assaulted anybody, fired a gun at anybody.
Y'all hit my cash out now. I'm in the chats with y'all. I'm putting y'all up on 100% game. Ain't nobody telling y'all this is why Woody ass is in that interrogation room telling. Check me out. This is One Lyfe exclusive. Hit that cash out. Cause they ain't gonna give me no money for showing y'all this.
I'm scared right now because I don't have nobody. I don't have a support team. When I got out, it's like they don't even have programs to help people in my situation. Like, I really did lose everything. And, like, even my kids, like, I can't even have my family no more.
He lost his home, lost his job, and he almost lost his life.
Stab right here.
Each marking.
Shouts out to Monica, man. Shouts out for the cash out. Appreciate y'all. I ain't looking at the cash out right now, but hey, anything, man, I thank you. I thank you. I thank y'all. It's helping me for school, man. And I'm going to school so that I can help these brothers, man. Facts. I don't want to tell y'all too much, but I done got my degree. I went to school to help these folk, man.
His first investigation uncovered D'Anthony is one of hundreds of people inside the county jail waiting extraordinary lengths of time for their day in court. Overcrowding the jail caused by an unprecedented backlog of criminal cases. County records show as of September, at least.
Thank you for the love, Miss Monica. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much.
142 waiting 3 years, and at least 19 people waiting more than 5. That includes 61-year-old Daryl Lowe.
Man, 61 been in Fulton County Jail 13 years.
Convicted of a crime, all of them in the sheriff's custody. Fulton County Sheriff Pat LaBatte. Are you frustrated when you hear these numbers?
Well, I'm not frustrated. Let me tell you why I'm not frustrated. I knew when I took office, I knew when I ran for office that the system was broken. I just didn't know how broken.
The court backlog impacts more than people accused of crimes. Victims and their families suffer too.
We're back on the record with State versus Jerez Sanders.
This past August, LaTarcia Gaither takes a seat inside a Fulton County courtroom, waiting for a verdict she worried would never happen. Facing Jerez Sanders, accused of killing her long.
I'm in the chat, y'all.
Jackson and 2 others at this home in 2013.
I needed justice to move on. I need this to move on.
LaTarcia is the one who found Timothy dead inside.
You go down the hallway, there's a bedroom to your left, and there's 2 bedrooms. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, finding somebody that you love and care about with their head blown off like that. That took a lot from me. It destroyed me.
A jury found her as guilty of murder, but he sat in Fulton County's jail for nearly 10 years.
Man, this man sat in jail 9 years, y'all. This what Fulton County doing to us, bro. Fuck Woody. Look. Well, we ain't got the luxury of telling on nobody.
Well, the direct answer is no. We were never intended as a penitentiary or as a state prison. It is a pretrial facility.
The sheriff says when the jail was built in 1989, it was almost immediately over capacity. Sections of it are now falling apart. SlaAAT is calling for a new, bigger detention center focused on mental health services. Estimated cost to taxpayers, more than $1 billion.
But if the backlog is not addressed, if it's not fixed, what will new jail do? Would it even matter?
Well, certainly it matters, and we've advocated for a replacement jail. This jail is, when you look at your home, you look at a single family home that was built to house a single family, and then the day it was open, you have multiple families in that home. The pipes weren't rated for that. The lighting wasn't rated for that. The walls weren't rated for that. And that's what has occurred here.
Sheriff SlaAAT says his office is caught between the district attorney's office and judges, waiting for them to move cases along, while his jail and the people inside suffer the consequences.
I think there's enough blame to go around. I can tell you who's not to blame. Not to blame is the sheriff's office.
Enter Fulton County District Attorney Bonnie Willis.
Yeah, a lot of them in Fulton County. Lil Rod, Shannon Stillwell. I was in there when they pulled Shannon out. They pulled Shannon out because he was a rat. Shannon Stillwell, when he got stabbed up and they had to stop the court that day, they pulled his ass out.
Does the DA's office contribute to the problem? According to records from the county clerk's office this past summer, there were 1,232 people inside the jail who have yet to be indicted. About 60 of them waiting more than a year. People not formally charged with the crime, waiting for District Attorney Bonnie Willis's office to take the case through a grand jury to determine charges, while they sit behind bars.
People need to be timely indicted, timely tried, and given the opportunity to force the state to prove its case.
Atlanta criminal defense attorney Andrew Fleischman criticized the DA on Twitter earlier this year, writing, Willis has been keeping people in jail without trial or even indictment for years. Wright Street has become our very own Gitmo. Fleischman comparing the county jail to the Guantanamo Bay detention camp in Cuba, which has held suspected 9/11 terrorists without trial for decades.
Y'all hear this? This is what we go through trying to make it back to our family. Not stabbed up and dead.
That's exactly what happened in Gitmo.
That in particular should be a high-level point of frustration.
This past September, Fulton County Commissioner Bob Ellis raised the issue during a meeting, upset more progress had not been made after allocating $75 million in federal pandemic aid to address it.
I mean, collectively, everybody's pissed at the level of results.
What's your reaction to that?
That Commissioner Ellis is not a...
Thank you, Ms. Monica. Y'all hit my cash out. Cause look, y'all, I just graduated. I'm down at the office at the state capitol. I do this for real. I try to bring awareness and help these folks. Any money y'all put on my cash out, like I say, I need to get some stuff for school. Well, school over with, but it's gonna help me so that I can go out here into the field with finishing my licensing and stuff like that.
If they are not indicted by that time, it means a superior court judge.
But like I say, I send money to the folks in jail for their books. When I say the books, you know what I'm saying, so they can go to the store. I be putting money on the phone so they can call. I try to help them in the best way I can. Sometimes they just need a three-way call. Facts.
They would take whatever the police faxed over and they would simply indict. There was no investigation there. We changed completely the way we did business, meaning that prior to someone being indicted, we had to actually have the evidence. That sounds novice to people, but they were not doing that.
So what about people waiting?
They ain't got no evidence on thug. Hello.
Specifically, the 19 who have waited longer than 5 years.
Why is it taking so long to get to trial?
So your information also is not complete, but you could have easily pulled it all. Not some, 100% of them have competency issues. They are certainly in custody, but they are in custody at Georgia Regional.
Georgia Regional is the state mental health hospital the county uses to treat inmates with mental illness. District Attorney Willis says her office can't prosecute someone until a doctor determines they are competent to stand trial. Until then, some go back and forth from the jail to Georgia Regional for treatment. Atlanta News First uncovered 7 of the 19 waiting 5 years behind bars have never been to the hospital, all stuck in legal limbo.
When you have people that are...
Hey, did y'all catch that? Fannie Willis told them folk, them people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 people. Hold on, some of them, woo, woo. She said these people were at the mental facility, Georgia Regional. They went to check with Georgia Regional. Georgia Regional said these people ain't never been here.
So severely mentally ill, extremely violent. Not someone you want on the street, not someone your neighbor wants on the street.
While Willis says her office has made strides reducing the court backlog, it continues to grow. So far this year, pending criminal cases spiked to 23,000, a 28% increase since December. The DA says she needs more staff to tackle it.
I'm also not going to apologize for saying this office needs adequate resources. We need more investigators and more lawyers and legal support staff that can support them.
Coming up, Fulton County's chief judge responds to criticism. He's not doing enough to address the problem.
Who is that, y'all?
Why the head of the
Who is that?
Blames the public.
Come on now, we finna take it over to Judge Glanville. This is Rob Pitts. He's the commissioner over the board. Y'all heard him. They gonna talk to Glanville. Y'all stay tuned. They gonna talk to Glanville. They gonna talk to Rob Pitts. They gonna talk to Rob Pitts. Fannie Willis. They gonna talk to Fannie Willis. Yeah. This what's going on. See, this is what Kayla Bumpers, with all due respect, should be telling y'all about. This is what she should be on her. And I can't tell nobody what to do. I'm just saying. This the problem. This what I do it for.
The motives are at fault in all of this from my perspective.
Rob Pitts.
That's Fulton County Chairman Rob Pitts blaming the public for problems at Fulton County's jail. But Pitts, who heads the commission responsible for funding the detention center, doesn't stop there. He says elected judges share responsibility too.
I'm hoping that we will have the same lively debate when we get to the money part of this meeting today.
The head of Fulton County's commission, Chairman Rob Pitts, says he's tired of allocating millions of tax dollars to address problems at the jail without getting better results. Despite deteriorating conditions while over capacity for decades.
Thursday afternoon, a triple stabbing left one inmate dead and 2 others injured.
To date, we have had 10 deaths in the Fulton County Jail.
The Department of Justice is investigating the jail's living conditions.
A brand new jail is not going to solve the problem if you don't have good management in that jail.
The chairman wants to renovate the current jail instead, saying the detention facility's real problem is rooted in the county's historic court backlog, forcing inmates to wait for trial too long. As of September, hundreds of people were waiting more than a year in jail, dozens of others more than 3. Innocent until proven guilty, languishing behind bars while they wait for their day in court.
Reason for the jail being overcrowded, if we're honest, is that those who are responsible for processing those in jail through the system are not doing their job.
The chairman puts most of the blame on 2 groups of people. First, Fulton County Superior Court judges who are elected.
Some work, some do not. Some come to work at 10 o'clock in the morning, go to lunch.
He talking about the judges.
And play golf. We monitor this. The judges who are working come to my office and tell me which ones are working, which ones are not working.
So which judges are we talking about?
Well, I can give you a list of them.
Each month, the county.
He telling y'all the judges don't want to come to work. Look, Ingram night. There go Ingram. Look, hold on, y'all. Look.
At least 9 of the judges were juggling more than 100 defendants in the jail.
I propose let's take an ad in the AJC on a weekly.
Hold on, y'all. Let's look at this chart.
At least 9 of the judges were juggling.
Okay, look, y'all. Wait a minute. Look at this chart. Ingram is the new judge that they got, right? So she got 111 detainees out of 100. Shit. She got 111 people in jail out of 120 of her cases. That means only 9 people who come to her courtroom is on the street. This might not be good for Thug, y'all. Y'all looking at it. Numbers don't lie. It's telling you right here. Number of detainees. She got 111. That's Judge Ingram, who just got on the case. 111 detainees out of 120. She has only released 9 people. Glanville was the best motherfucker. Glanville, wait a minute. Glanville only got 26. Hold on, wait a minute now. Out of, damn, he got, wait a minute now. He got 26 detainees. Out of 120, she got 111. Out of 160, she got 111. I don't know. It say no but detainees. I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, yeah, it's definitely a murder a day enough. It's definitely one a day. But I'm looking at Ingram numbers right there, y'all. I'm looking at her numbers right there. I just wanted to share that with y'all while it was up there.
In the jail.
I propose let's take an ad in the AJC.
Look.
On a weekly basis, a full-page ad, and list what judges are working and which ones are not.
The second set of people Chairman Pitts blames for the jail's crisis, the public.
The voters are at fault in all of this, from my perspective, for electing and re-electing the same people. You get these same results, it's your fault.
That might be a hard pill to swallow for viewers and the public thinking, well, we expect you to do better. Don't blame us for simply trusting you to do the job.
Not the Board of Commissioners. We don't run the jail. We don't indict people. We don't charge people. None of that. We're trying to solve a problem by providing the resources, which we have been very generous with.
They've been very generous.
Up next.
They've been very generous with Fulton County. One Lyfe family. We talking about Fulton County Gitmo. I'm breaking it down to y'all for real. This is why Kenneth Copeland don't want to be in there. This is why these young boys tell, because they don't want to go to Guantanamo Bay.
A prediction about the jail's future from the county's top judge and his response to the chairman's criticism.
Y'all ready for Glanville?
For issue of overcrowding.
Drop one if y'all want to see what Glanville gonna say with an earring.
Hundreds of people inside Fulton County's jail have waited years for their day in court, overcrowding the facility, creating dangerous conditions. The county's chairman blames elected judges for not doing enough to address the
I'm gonna tell y'all the number. What Glanville is a chief judge. He don't get many cases. It ain't too often you gonna go in front of Judge Glanville because he's the chief. So that's why he don't have as many cases. The other judges are like your day-to-day judges. You feel me?
The problem. We sat down with the court's chief judge to get answers.
Let's hear what he say. Hold on.
Motion on the floor is to.
Y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all hit that like button before we get into what Glanville said. I got it right here. I'm telling y'all what's really going on in Atlanta, what the press saying, what we fighting for, and what's really going on in Atlanta when it comes to YSL. Let's not forget, I showed y'all where they did the cyber attack on Fulton County and leaked all the YSL information. That's a mistrial right there. The whole all the informants and everything was leaked. Y'all hit the like button so I can show y'all what Judge Glanville said. Let's do it.
Ask the head of Fulton County's commission who's to blame for overcrowding at the jail. Chairman Rob Pitts points to Superior Court judges and the voters who keep them in office.
Shouts out to Jerome for the $10 super check. Shouts out to Jerome. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Much love. One Life family.
From my perspective, it's your fault.
Any other witnesses, Ms. Bell?
Fulton County Chief Superior Court Judge, your old Glanville.
What's your response to what he said?
Well, I would disagree because this particular issue of overcrowding in the jail is a collaborative effort.
Voters first elected Glanville to the bench in 2005. He's been the chief.
Thank you. Thank you, Jerome Street. Shouts out to Jerome Street. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you to everybody pulling up on me, supporting One Life, and making awareness known for Fulton County, man. Thank you.
Case in point, there are not enough court-appointed attorneys. These are the lawyers who represent the majority of people in jail who cannot afford to pay for one themselves.
Look how big that jail is.
This man told a judge in July he sat in the county jail for nearly a year without an attorney.
How long have you been in custody? 11 months. It's about to be 12 months on the 13th of August. August, okay.
Man, this make me want to cry.
No.
Okay. The whole public defender system is just very important.
Right. They can't survive in the jail. That's why they tell it.
It affects their ability to.
Fulton County is rough, y'all. I'm telling y'all, for real. I wouldn't wish that on nobody. That's why I would never tell on. I ain't no rat.
Investigation, which can take months for it to test drugs and firearm ballistics needed before the DA will pursue charges or drop the case.
If I'm a defendant and that science will exonerate me, or at least give me a better understanding of where I stand with that case, there's nothing I can do.
It's a game.
Get that data point.
This past December, Judge Glanville signed this order suspending defendants' ability to request speedy trials, citing the pandemic and an overwhelming backlog for the reason. It ended in July, but the result, potentially thousands of people unable to move their cases forward for months.
Okay, shouts out to Monica.
Impacted the backlog during that time?
I would say so because we were not able to try as many cases.
Look, Judge Glanville signed a motion to stop speedy trials. He filed a motion to stop your constitutional right, which is the right to a speedy trial. I think that's your 6th Amendment. I think it's the 6th. That's what they taught us in school. Hello.
During the pandemic, given the health concerns. So, yeah, it had an effect.
To address the backlog, the judge says his colleagues created a temporary program to fund more court-appointed attorneys. They're also holding court inside the jail on Saturdays, but they need the commission to fund more judge positions.
A year from now, what do you think the numbers will be, or what do you think the conversation will be?
The conversation will be that these numbers will continue to decrease. We're constitutionally mandated to give you time and opportunity to have your case heard, either before a judge or jury, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
County commissioners have yet to decide whether they will approve funding for a new jail that could exceed more than $1 billion. We'll keep you posted. In the meantime, you can watch the full interviews with the sheriff, the DA, the county chairman, and the chief judge in this story on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. Thanks for watching.
See, I wanted to share that with you guys because of the simple fact that that's what we face with. That's what we face with, y'all.
Senators have announced that they plan to investigate the jail problems themselves, holding a hearing in the next few days. And also, the county commissioners have not determined whether they're going to fund a new jail, which could cost more than $1 billion.
You know, Andy, a lot of times, you know, investigative reporters, we're hammers, right? So everything looks like a nail. And when we go to do these interviews, especially accountability interviews, all 4 of these primary interviews that you did with officials were accountability interviews. You had some emotional interviews sprinkled in there, but really it was about holding the powerful accountable. Very often when we sit down with officials, we treat them with a heavy hand. Again, we're the hammer, they're the nail. And so we fire these sort of rapid fire questions that I'm certainly guilty of this, where we ask a question where the question itself is the accountability, no matter how they answer. In this case, you used a very different method, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but what was your interview style here in order to extract the truth that you were able to show all of us?
Well, I think it just started with my initial request, and I'm very transparent before I do any interview, especially interviews with officials seeking some sort of accountability. And I sent them a very lengthy email saying, here are my findings, and here are the issues that I'd like to bring up as part of the interview. Not all of them said yes immediately. Some took weeks to schedule. Some took...
Will you tell us which ones?
Well, I'd say that the chief superior court judge was the most difficult to nail down.
Yeah, they don't like to generally get interviews because they're independent arbiters, right? So they don't want to share their opinion in an interview. But it sounds like this was important to the chief judge, despite the fact that, there was a lot of blame pointing in all directions. Everyone really, this is important to what they do.
Yeah, and people forget that judges here in Georgia, Superior Court judges, they're elected. So they have to be careful about what they say because of them leading a courtroom in cases. But at the end of the day, I believe that their voice is important to this conversation because voters put them into office. And we should know a little bit more about their judicial philosophy and how they approach things and how they're tackling this very complex, big issue impacting a lot of people.
Again, just to stick on the interview style for a second, I just was very impressed. I've been a journalist for 30 years.
Yeah, we got Fonnie Willis now.
And
let's not go nowhere. Y'all stay with me, hit that like button.
Officials comfortable enough to not only tell on themselves to a degree, but also to sort of point.
He went all the way around the board.
I don't want to sensationalize it in any way, but it reminded me of a circular firing squad. Everybody had some blame for the others in the story, and there wasn't as much taking of responsibility for each individual's sort of, ability to fix this. What you didn't hear was a lot of solutions, right? Or am I imprinting my opinion on this?
It was a little bit of both. And I actually brought that up in a couple of the interviews, basically saying, hey, you're saying this is the blame. And then
I'm trying to find.
Unconscionable. The way that our jail is, they've known our jail is in that state. People need to be in safe conditions.
But does the DA's office contribute to the problem? According to records from the county clerk's office this past summer, there were 1,232 people inside the jail who have yet to be indicted. About 60 of them waiting more than a year. People not formally charged with the crime, waiting for
Sure. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. I really appreciate your perspective. I think it's really crucial to this story. I want to throw out some numbers to you and get.
I'm going to share one more thing with y'all, then I'm going to let y'all go. I want to show y'all something.
Only here on Fox 5, 6 p.m. Against the enemy.
Careful, woman. Mere thought can lead to execution.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I want to show y'all something, then I'm going to let y'all get up out of here.
The story you'll see only here on Fox 5. 6 people are behind bars tonight, including a Fulton County detention officer, after the Fulton County Sheriff disrupted a major contraband network.
The evidence seized includes drones, stolen weapons, marijuana, and $5,900 in cash. Let's go now to Fox 5's Angelique Proctor, who joins us now from the Fulton County Jail with more on this major development. Angelique?
Good evening to you both. Now, in addition to this detention officer who was arrested at her home this morning,
no,
the
it
sheriff
ain't
says
even
4 of the people arrested were vendors. Vendors are contractors who do different things.
It's this one, y'all. Check this out.
New at 6, only Channel 2 Action News
Look.
is taking you inside a raid of the Fulton County Jail. And this is just some of what strike teams confiscated. Things like drugs, cell phones, shanks, a makeshift hatchet, even a bullet. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Whitney has this exclusive story live for Northwest Atlanta. And Mark, the sheriff believes someone actually used drones to get stuff into the hands of inmates.
And the Fulton County Sheriff's Office says this is some
Look.
contraband.
And don't none of the doors work. This enough for real, shouter. You better have you one.
Which can go for thousands.
You better have your couple on.
Drugs and tobacco recovered came into the jail via illegal drone drops. Wait till you see the ingenuity involved, however misguided.
Strike team.
The sound is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. So the only thing we want up here to do is a massive shakedown.
Them boy right there coming in, whoop your ass. See how they wear the green pants? At the strike team. Them boys coming up with a mask on. You ain't finna put no charges on them. You don't know who just came in there and beat your ass. Look.
In the first zone they hit.
This is a cell phone and charger found within seconds of hitting this unit.
Yes. On the high security 7th floor of the Fulton County Jail.
This has been a high priority area for us with respect to drone activity.
And before Saturday morning was done, men and women normally assigned not just to the jail, but to the courthouse and across the sheriff's office, who had assembled in the early morning darkness and amassed a massive amount of dangerous material inmates aren't supposed to have, but did. Lots of makeshift weapons, including shanks.
Look at all that shit they got out of there.
Cell phones.
Look.
Even a bullet, suspected drugs. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office says all of this from one shakedown. These are more than a half dozen suspected crack pipes?
Yes.
Taken from inside the jail.
Yep.
The Sheriff's Office says the shakedown turned up 22 illegal cell phones, suspected marijuana, tobacco, plenty of pills, even a bottle labeled as the prescription drug promethazine. And then there are the weapons.
We in there sipping lean. Where they in there sipping lean.
Made from things stripped out of the building.
From plumbing shafts, lighting fixtures.
Look at them weapons.
We had watched as the stuff piled up in that one zone. Where'd those come from?
Telling y'all what's going on. It's crucial in there, man.
So it's not commissary kiosk.
But what's it turned into?
We get our Wi-Fi off of there.
From California. It's found in cells. And that's marijuana?
Yes, sir. Through the inmates burning, they'll use, as you can see, the exposed wires up in the light fixtures, so they'll use that to start fires, and then they would just sit there until they can melt away the plastic. So the reason why now the inmates burn the holes inside of the windows is because they're using drones. We told the story of drones in prisons. Drone drops are now a major factor in the contraband trade at the Fulton County Jail.
Absolutely. Some have crash landed and ultimately with different types of payloads.
We tried. 15 going right. I'm waiting try. I'm innocent. Near the zone, we got shakedown reaction from one inmate.
We don't have no problem back here. These folks coming up.
Right. One zone.
We ain't got no problems up here. The inmate we interviewed on camera earlier this morning. What did you find in the cell he shares with somebody else?
We collected 2 cell phones out of that cell.
You know anything about a couple of cell phones?
No, they're not no contraband.
My name is Contraband, no stay. I'm here waiting trial.
In fairness, Natalie Ammons with the sheriff's office says there is no way to know if the cell phones belong to the inmate we interviewed, a cellmate, or someone else, and he was not charged with them. And I guess this image puts a fine point on the danger faced by staff and inmates.
Look at the banger, shouter. Now, for real. You better be on point. That's what I'm saying. I done been through some shit. I done been in this, grow up in this. I didn't tell to get out of it.
The Fulton County Jail. Mark Winning, Channel 2 Action News.
Mark, that is absolutely unbelievable.
Absolutely unbelievable, Mark. That's what it is. You see? Y'all see what it is. Y'all see what's going on. And that's the real deal about Fulton County. See, that's why I say over here at One Lyfe, we're going to do it a little bit different. I'm putting y'all up on game for real. That's why that boy end up telling. It ain't because he no gangster. It ain't because it's funny. It's none of that. He's scared, man. Fulton County ain't to be taken lightly. And to come out that thing, man, listen to me. And I'm not even telling y'all this because I'm trying to make it seem like I like to be on that or no. I like to shit. I don't like going to jail. But it will put you in a mind frame of survival. It will put you in a mind frame of where, hey, I got to make it back home to my family. So before I let you run in this cell and stab me up, you better believe I'm going to be on point. And if I feel like he's any kind of tension, I'm going to go on and address it because I got to make it home to my family. One Lyfe.